everybody. Hello, Minister, and thank you for this opportunity. Will this plan to build new homes somehow benefit small construction businesses, which are dominant in the Portuguese-speaking community, which I'm here representing?
Thanks, Teresa. I appreciate it. When you're looking at building 1.5 million homes, Teresa, it's a lot of homes, and we're going to require a lot of help to make sure that we build these homes. And I cannot wait to see our businesses flourish. And I'm actually glad you asked this, because often people don't think about the employment opportunities that come with building these homes. You think about all the trades that are going to be benefiting from building these homes. So it's a very good point. But yes, I think when you're looking at building that many homes, everyone's going to have a role. Everyone's going to have a role to play. And I'm really very, very optimistic about the employment opportunities that this is going to create as well for our province.
Thank you very much.
Look, it's really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today. It's this is ever since I became the Associate Minister of Housing, when the Premier appointed me to this job, we hit the ground running. In Ontario, we've talked about this again and again. We are facing a lot of challenges when it comes to housing. In fact, in Ontario, we're in a housing crisis. And when I talk about housing, I mean the entire continuum. The dream of owning a home, it was starting to, fade away for a lot of people, and that's just not acceptable to us or our government. We have a very ambitious goal. We talked to Ontarians in the last election in June, where we made a commitment to people that we will be building 1.5 million homes in the next 10 years to meet the demand. Right now in the province, we simply don't have the supply. You look at study after study, they tell us that we just don't have. Right now, the deficit in housing for us is probably somewhere near 500,000 homes, and that affects every Ontarian, every single one of us. Whether you're a newcomer, a new Canadian that's coming in, that's looking to get a new place, whether you're a young professional, a senior looking to downsize, an individual that's working, is looking at an opportunity to have attainable housing. Simply, it's very, very difficult and extremely challenging. And when you look at the growth of the population, certainly in the next 10 years, Ontario is going to be growing over 2 million people in the next 10 years. And so if we don't, deal with the crisis, and if we don't put in solutions now, these challenges are just going to be getting greater and bigger over time. Since getting elected in 2018, Minister Clark has done a great job, through multiple bills. We've been able to see the results. I mean, if you look at 2021 housing numbers in last year, we had the highest housing starts in the province since 1987. We had over 100,000 starts in the province. When you look at that, and you guys are all very smart people, you do the math, at 100,000 homes every year, it's just not going to get us to 1.5 million homes in the next 10 years. So we needed to take some bold actions and make some decisions to continue, on the path to find ways to build more homes for people. The last bill, the Strong Mayors Bill that we introduced earlier this year, certainly when you look at the population of the two biggest cities in the province, Toronto and Ottawa, 1/3 of the growth in our province in the next 10 years is going to be in Ottawa and Toronto. So we wanted to make sure that the mayors of the two biggest cities in the province have the tools they need to be able to address the housing challenges and shortages. I mean, to look at Ontario is an attractive jurisdiction for a lot of people. My family immigrated here when I was very young. They came to Ontario, and every year we have more than 200,000 new Canadians coming in. And they come in with a dream of certainly home ownership is something that's top of mind for them. That at some point, that if you work hard, you should have a chance at home ownership at some point. And when you look at the situation in our province now, again, that dream was starting to slip away, and that's just not acceptable for us. For me, as the associate minister of housing, for Minister Clark, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Premier, and an entire team, all 83 members, we made a commitment, and we're fully committed to making sure that we get to our objective. Because quite frankly, letting down the people and not getting there is not an option. We're going to get there. And the only way we're going to get there is through collaboration between all levels of government. When we say all hands on deck, when you're in crisis, that's what it entails. It entails working with the federal government, working with local government, municipal and regional, and partners in private sector and the nonprofits. Everybody has a role to play for us to be able to get out of these challenges that we're in now and face them, and hopefully solve them. So again, when you look at the new bill that we just introduced Tuesday afternoon, this legislation, if passed, is going to continue down that path. It'll help us cut through red tape and eliminate and prevent some of the costs that's driving up the housing in the province. It's going to help us build more transit homes through the transit corridor. One of the things that Minister Khalid Rashid introduced is more protection for home buyers, so that we can hold bad actors to account, those builders who take advantage of people. We doubled fines to make sure that they're held accountable. Again, when I talk about millennials, seniors, newcomers, all looking at a chance of attainable home ownership at some point, that has to be within reach. And we're going to work very hard. We're going to work with everyone to make sure that happens. So again, I thank each and every one of you for being here. And I want to thank each and every one of you for the work that you're doing and for your time and for joining me this afternoon. I really appreciate it.